If you watched cycling in the 2010s, you have almost certainly had the image of Fabio Aru's dramatic pain faces burned into your memory. The Italian star was tipped to be the next Italian GC contender, following in Vincenzo Nibali's footsteps. For various reasons, injury and sickness primary among them, Aru never quite hit those heights, nor did he win an insane amount. In fact, his professional results list just 9 wins. But all of these are huge, and these are the 4 most important ones. Fabio Aru was always in flying form at the Giro, and here in 2015, that rings true. We're a year removed from him finishing 3rd overall. Right now, on stage 20, he's sitting in 2nd, over 4 minutes down from the leader, Alberto Contador. This is the last mountain stage, so it's desperate times for Aru to somehow try and claw back a huge amount of time. Astana has the numbers advantage against Contador here. Aru's teammate, Mikel Landa, himself a stage winner this year, makes the first move. With 32.4 kilometers to go on the dirt roads, Landa has now put the pressure on Contador and the rest of the group to chase, while Aru can sit in the wheels and get a slightly easier time. But what this also does is mean that if Aru attacks, he now has a teammate up the road that can help pace him up the climb, as much a psychological advantage as a physical one. Back in the Magliarosa group, Contador has been dropped, and now the time starts ticking. A minute later, Aru is being distanced following an attack by rider Hejadal, and now we don't know if he's even going to be able to capitalize on this opportunity, but he steadily claws his way back. Meanwhile, Landa is now at the front of the race, catching Ilnur Zakarin and taking the lead. The 10% slopes offer no respite for anyone. Landa summits the climb. Then 30 seconds behind are Hejadal, Aran, and just making contact, Aru. Another 50 seconds behind them is Contador, and now it's time for a foggy, treacherous descent. By the final climb, Landa has been caught, and now Aru is in the best possible spot with his teammate setting the pace. But what does Landa have left? For that matter, what does Aru have left? There's just 5 kilometers left, and the gap back to Contador is hovering around a minute. The chances of Aru ending the day in pink are starting to disappear, but there's still the stage win to think about. With that in mind, with just 2 kilometers left to go, he finally attacks, and Aran is the only one who can follow. So, there's only one solution for that in Aru's mind: attack again. This time, it dislodges Aran, leaving Aru free to battle and grimace his way up the final slopes to an incredible victory in front of the adoring Italian fans. While he would still finish 2nd overall, this is a future Grand Tour winner racing with panache. It was only a few months later where Aru would win his first and only Grand Tour. He came into the Vuelta as one of 3 potential leaders for Astana, with Landa and Vincenzo Nibali also in the lineup. On stage 11, the hardest stage of the Vuelta in decades, Mikel Landa would win from the breakaway, ignoring team orders to drop back and help Aru, but he didn't need it. Aru attacked the group of favorites that included Tom Dumoulin, Alejandro Valverde, and Joaquim Rodriguez, and pulled on the leader's jersey at the end of the day, with just a 27-second lead over Rodriguez and a 30-second lead over Dumoulin. He'd keep the lead until stage 16, where after a week of battle, Rodriguez was able to take the lead overall. Aru just 1 second. The next day was a time trial, Dumoulin's territory, and he proved it by winning the stage and taking the overall lead. Aru held strong, finishing 10th on the day, and would be in 2nd overall, just 3 seconds behind. With just a few days left, Aru had to attack as much as possible. On stage 18, Aru attacked and attacked and attacked, but Dumoulin held strong. Stage 19 went backwards for Aru, where he both crashed and then lost 3 more seconds overall. So it all came down to stage 20, the final chance. It took the work of 3 teammates, but Aru finally dislodged Dumoulin, and he took home the overall win the next day in Madrid, taking a Grand Tour victory without a single stage win. It's always a major point of pride to be the national champion of your country, doubly so in one that's passionate about your sport, like Italy is. So every time Aru lined up here, it was full of determination and pride. When he attacked with 17 kilometers to go and stayed solo the rest of the way to pull on the Italian national championship jersey, it was both an incredible display of form and power and more than just a win. When he was asked, post-retirement, as to what his career highlight was, best moment was winning the Italian championship. He added that at that moment, he was also going through a very tough personal and professional time, and when he most needed support, he felt abandoned and dispirited. Quote, but that was a lesson too. With the added context, it's beautiful to watch him shed doubts and ride with the emotion to what is, in our opinion, the best win of his career. The Tour de France was never truly where Aru managed to shine the brightest, but there was one day where he was the complete star. It's the 2017 Tour, where Aru is trying to challenge for the general classification after a knee injury ruled him out of that year's Giro. Today's stage is finishing atop the La Planche des Belleville, a climb being used more and more in the Tour due to its savage percentages in the closing kilometer. With just over 2 kilometers to go, he jumps away from the group of GC contenders, riding away from them in his trademark style. On his day, he was the best climber in the peloton, and this is his day. Unknown to everyone watching at the time, we're also watching his final victory, and what a way to do it. Untouchable by everyone, Fabio Aru ascended to a stage win at the Tour, officially winning a stage at every Grand Tour, and putting the cap on a career that, sure, could have been more, but it was still incredibly impressive.